Greetings, I'm Brian Morris, a part of Team Trilogy. Today we're going to be comparing three understable putters. I have the Westside Swan 2, which is the second run with the Swan. I'm not going to get into the history with that, but it comes in as a speed 3, glide 3, turn of -1 and 0 fade. So this is a double stamp one. It has a very unique little kind of concave wing on it. We're going to compare it to the Deputy, which is a speed 3, glide 4, turn of -1.5 and a fade of 0, and to the Latitude 64 Pure, which is a speed 3, glide 3, turn -1 and a fade of 1. So we're going to get out here in the field, check these three discs out. These are all in the soft. So we have classic soft with the Deputy, BT soft with the Westside, and then 0 soft with the Latitude, which is all the same plastic. So let's get right to it. Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Here we have the Pure and the Swan 2. The Pure still flying the same. It's got some nicks on it, a little bit beat up. It's got that real flat ledge on it, where the Swan really has that like concave wing there. Here's the Deputy. The Deputy is notably shallower than the other two, and has a like micro bead on it and a rounded edge. So all three of these have very different feels in the hand. We're going to start off here warming up. Starting off with the Pure. Each round of throws, we're going to go Pure, and then we're going to go Westside Swan 2, and then Dynamic Disc Deputy for each round here. So this is the Swan 2, and you can see even off just like a 50% power throw, these discs are all kind of standing up for me with a very slight warm-up hyzer release. Definitely understable putters. And something good to learn how to throw is getting hyzer on that disc. So here we have what I primarily use this type of putter for. I think we're about 230 feet from this basket. Hyzer flip up to straight. So I'm releasing with a hyzer and just getting the disc up to go straight as possible. And I'm trying to do it with all 6 of these discs. And again, we're going Pure first. That's what you just saw. Now we're going to go Swan 2. And I'm testing all of these in the soft plastic. I figured I would try to keep the plastic consistent between the 3. And the Swan 2 is kind of my newest disc that I've purchased. It was on dynamicdisc.com in the misprints, and I went ahead and bought 2 of them because I wanted to see how they flew. Here we have the Dynamic Disc Deputy. This is a very flippy disc. If you're a beginner looking to throw straight shots, learn how to throw hyzer, and make it go straight, the Dynamic Disc Deputy is a great choice. Here you have the spread. Everything was inside the circle and around the basket. Now on this one, we're at about 250 feet, and we are going to release with extreme hyzer. So another beginner tip, if you want to learn how to really throw some discs, some understable discs, learn how to throw them with hyzer. You put so much hyzer on it that it has to hyzer, and you'll see these discs, if you look closely, they're trying to stand up. And you just get all this extra distance doing this. And this is just an example of it with a putter. You could do this with an understable fairway driver, and you just get way more distance. So all three of these discs are flying very similar on similar releases. They definitely, all three have a very slightly different feel in the hand. And here you have the spread. Everything was right around 240 to 250 feet. Here we're going to go with some Anheuser releases. This is probably at about 240 feet from that basket. And we're looking just to create or carve out a nice left to right shot here, which could be a good shot in the woods or on particular holes where you might need to throw a backhand turnover shot. All of these discs, all three of them, once I got them over on the Anheuser, there was no coming back on any of these models. And from my experience, I've thrown the Pure a lot. I currently am bagging the Keystone. The Deputy goes in and out of the bag. They all are really nice understable discs. I think everyone's bag, you need an understable disc for straight shots. All right, so here I'm going to crank it, throwing distance, probably at about 80 to 90%, and putting a ton of hyzer on it, trying to get it out there probably anywhere from 280 to 300 feet. Again, these are all speed 3s. The nice thing about this is you can see on that hyzer release, you can see that -1 turn as it stands up. And that one I put a lot of hyzer on, and I think I correct it here and put even more on this one, so you can start to see it move a little bit to the right there. And that was the Westside Swan 2. And here comes the Deputy, the least stable of the bunch, and I probably put the most hyzer on it. So I was probably overcompensating on that. But all of these are getting out there to right about the 280 to 300 foot range. Okay, I just wanted to add this in there, the Latitude 64 Keystone, because it is a glide of 5. It's a speed 2 glide 5. -1 turn with a fade of 1. So the test here is to see, with that glide of 5, can I get the Keystone on the same release to go further than the other 3 molds. And I'm probably going to do some further research on this one in the future. Keystone landed pretty much in between all of them, and they were all very close, like 10 feet of one another depth wise, with some variations on the width. So the key takeaways here are that all 4 of these molds that I did throw in this video are really good understable putters, good throwing putters for throwing straight lines or anhyzers, or even putting a lot of hyzer on it and stretching out those hyzer shots. They all have specifically different grips, as you can see here. It all depends what you like in your hands. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.